is none other than None Finished. How are you?
Good evening, Abdul. It's been a pleasure. It's been quite a while since we have a Dota tournament to cast, and also it's been a while since you and I casted. Glad to be your co-caster today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, Kavishka. The two teams that are gonna face against each other are none other than SK and DS. So it's a very, as you I think you mentioned this before, but it's one of the El Clasicos of Sri Lankan
Definitely,
Dota. So
definitely,
let's get
definitely.
right into the draft because the draft has already started and we're already on the second picking phase.
Right. As of now, we've seen a couple, and also just to mention, like this game is right after a patch update, so we are having a few extra bans, and also there's some changes in the map, a few things to look out for. So we've had the Pugna, Mars, the Underlord, the SK, and the Earth Spirit taken off for the side of team Sara Kollo, and Puck, one of the signature heroes on Paradox, and Phantom Lancer for, I am assuming, is for Satan.
Yeah, Satan loves his Phantom Lancer, and I did play a Phantom Lancer game today, and I feel like that hero is pretty strong, especially with the Diffusal Blade buff, and just his items in general are. It just feels very nice to play a PL this patch. So let's see how it fares up against this Lone Druid and Razor that we have picked up on Death Sentence. And Death Sentence do have their esteemed Lone Druid. That's one of the heroes that Tenza does like to play more than the others. But his Pugna was banned in the first phase, so he opts to go for the Lone Druid as one of the first picks.
Yeah, like I really love, and not like, we have to give credit to these players, that these players, like, they have some big names like Tenza, Paradox, Satan, like all of these, even AB, I think, like all of these guys have been in the Dota scene for almost over a decade. These guys are veterans in this Dota scene, especially in the Sri Lankan Dota scene. So we get, like, they've already, like, these two teams are like kind of the juggernauts of the Sri Lankan Dota. So it's nice to see, and yet, but it's almost like kind of predictable, I would say. Like, these two teams have been dominating throughout for the almost, at least for the past 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams have been at it forever, and I mean, there are a few teams that have come up in Sri Lanka, but they just can't get past these two teams, especially Sara Kollo being just so overwhelmingly strong with their lineup. They've been together for so long, and their synergy is just way more better than the others.
Definitely. I think you gotta give props to Hockey as well, like having that mastermind behind this team. Like, he's been one of the key factors for Team Sarakolo as well. And as we see the Razors, the Grimstroke and the Lion being picked up by Death Sentence. I think a Lion has been quite, how do I say, quite quiet for the past patch at least, but it really picked up right when, I think, right after the Singapore major, when Kaka made it look really good again.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people playing this Lion hero and like getting these early blinks and just making it so easy to initiate pickoffs and transition them into objectives later into the game. So they just want to follow what they were doing in the previous patch, I guess, with this Lion pick and the Lone Druid. They haven't really adopted with the draft as yet, in my opinion, on Death Sentence. But Sara Kollo have picked up a few heroes that are pretty strong, I think, in this patch, as like the PL and the Bane.
I feel like the Bane is a huge pick. Like, the Enfeeble is so good right now after the patch change. Like, it has 60%. I think it's 60 or 80% of Enfeeble. Like, the damage is just taken off. Like, imagine putting that on your Razor.
Yeah,
Like,
or just putting it on the bear. Like it's
like
it's
putting
very
it on the
good.
bear,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, it's just going to negate everything that's going to be outputted by that Lone Druid.
Yeah, I mean,
So I feel like this Bane pick is really good.
The Grimstroke shard has been improved. I think it has that dispel on it now. So I mean, it could just dispel the Enfeeble. I mean, there's so many new things in this patch that have been introduced that we can't really calculate because it's just been,
I know, it's
a
just
day.
been released.
Yeah, it's just been a day. So everybody has to brush up on what all the new shards do, all the heroes do. And now Hoodwink is in captain's mode, so that could be
Yes,
a pick.
that is. They still have it available, and the final ban coming out from Team Death Sentence is that pesky Void Spirit.
Yeah, he did get nerfed a little bit in the past.
A little
but
bit, yes.
I still think he's pretty viable. So
He's
I
very
think that,
viable, I would
yeah,
say.
Such
Such a
hero is
mobile
pretty good.
hero.
Yeah, mobile hero,
So
and it's just very good against kiting this Razor Link as well as the lone Druid, it's very hard to get on top of heroes like that. So he can control the mid game pretty well, and we see a Tidehunter being picked up by Sara Kollo. I think they missed a ban there.
I think so too. I think did they just opt to not ban, or did they just?
I'm not sure. Maybe they wanted to ban the Tidehunter and they picked it. That could be a thing as well.
Oh, that could be a thing. Yeah, like
Okay,
I'm not sure how this is going to play out for the laning phase right now, because
the Razor seems. Lone Druid and Razor seems happy against this Tidehunter.
I know, right? Like it doesn't seem the way that it would have wanted to play out. So I'm hoping it was. Oh, and it's a Legion commander and very strong laners for Team Death Sentence here.
Yeah, very strong laners. The only laner that's weak is maybe Lion. But other than that, all their heroes are very strong in the lane. But they have to. This means that they have to kind of at least get ahead by a little bit after the 10-minute mark and start getting those ganks off. And if they start playing on the back foot, I think this could be very difficult for them to come back with, especially with the PL.
Definitely. They need to have this very steamroll kind of gameplay where this Razor is going to come online, going around with the Grimstroke, getting kills alongside with the Lion. But also we need to get this LC with that quick blink dagger so that he can start pressuring the lanes right after he hits level 6.
Yeah, and I guess this Legion is pretty good against the PL, especially in the mid game. It's very good against the PL's illusions and just clearing them off and finding the right PL to target for these heroes like Lone Druid and Razor. So I really like this Legion pickup, but if it doesn't get a decent start, it's gonna be very hard for it to come back. Just because there's so many things that they can mess with, like the Bane's Nightmare, etc.
Right, definitely. But I'm really looking forward to how this Enfeeble is going to play a part in this laning phase, because from what I saw, I think it gradually goes up. The Enfeeble gradually goes up. And also the duration, like it goes up to 60% at level 4, and that's a huge amount in my opinion. So we have a smoke coming out from the side of Team Sara Kollo. So let's see, are they going to contest this? They are inside the Roche pit and hiding inside the trees, trying to get into this rune. They're hoping to find a skirmish at the new rune spot.
It might be a little bit. They might try. I think because of the new, as you said, the new rune spot might cause a fight here.
So, like it's really nice to see like these really top tier teams in Sri Lanka, how they're going to adapt to this new meta or the new patch, or how they're going to play this out. So they do opt to not go into that area. They managed to get off that immediate ward placed down by Tenza with that. The sentries has gone down, by the way.
Yeah, the sentry's gone down. It's $50 now. It's like it's good season for supports.
Definitely. We like. I feel like Valve has tried to make the game very much more fluid in my sense.
Yeah, I think more fluid, and I think a lot of heroes have reduced cast backswings and all of that. So it makes it so that you have to kind of react a little bit faster now.
Yeah, I get it. It's more like it does have a, in a way, quality of life.
I don't know if it's quality of life or it's just it's more towards the zoomers now.
More towards the zoomers, like hoping towards like they can match up with the new zoom, like keep up with the boomers, or is it the other way around? No, the boomers are going to be
the boomers are going to get hurt a little bit, just
because, hurt a little bit.
Yeah, you need better reaction times now, and it feels like it's going to be you have to like not relearn but get adjusted to the new backswings.
Definitely. So as of now, we are seeing a really good matchup going on for the side of the Team Sara Kollo, like Puck making a statement in that mid lane. topping the charts of the last hits as of now.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it should be, I guess, especially for this lone druid against a ranged hero. Usually your bear gets bullied a lot at the start of the game, and then it's just very hard to deal with just at the start, though. But then
Definitely.
after a little bit, you're okay. Oh.
Oh, the top goes getting a quick double kill on the top lane. Really well played by the two heroes here from Team Death Sentence, Morningstar and Hodor.
Yeah, I feel like this is the way it should go. They should be having a really decent laning stage, and they should be trying to take this momentum into the rest of the game.
Definitely, they need to keep this up. And I just want to see how this laning phase goes for. Oh, nice shots coming out from the Tusk here. The Gush comes out as well. This could be go. Oh, he does manage to stay alive. They opt to not go through.
Yeah, I think tag team just timed out there, so they didn't feel like committing anymore. And now Razor is without regen in this top lane, so it's going to be a little bit hard for him to see S, but I think he's going to be all right as he is getting regen right now in this career. Grimstroke's bringing him regen, but Tusk is ready to shard it. Is he going to get it? No, he misses shard, so he's not able to get the salve there.
So he does miss the shards on that salve on the Razor. So let's see how this laning phase goes. Because on paper, it should be sided for the side of team Death Sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, the Razor bullies the Tidehunter for sure. The Tidehunter does not have a good time against this lane.
Is it the same case for the bottom lane as well for Satan and his PL? Sub-Zero on his overwhelming odds, 2 levels on it as already.
Yeah, I mean the hero's just way too good against PL in the lane. Even most Agi heroes suffer against Legions, the Juggernauts, the PLs, the Slarks. They just don't, because Agi heroes like to use their armor and fight back a little bit with right clicks. But a Legion, if you right click her, she just wants to right click you.
Just malfire you,
yeah.
and she seems to be bloodthirsty. She's rolling down that PL, manages to get that salve off with a sliver of health.
Yeah, and meanwhile in the mid lane we see Lone Druid doing actually pretty good. They're going even against the puck. As you can see, like after a few levels, the puck is gonna be pretty even with the Lone Druid. Lone Druid level 3 bear is pretty strong.
Definitely, and this Lion already has a boot under his belt, so he's going to be trading a lot with this Bane here. So let's see who comes up on top, because Hockey does have that brain sap, and he already has 9 stick charges and 2 enchanted mangoes.
Yeah, but it's going to be a little bit hard for them to really go in this lane. The only hero they can really go on is the Lion in this lane, and Hockey's in a little bit of trouble here. Overwhelming odds and the stun used onto Hockey. Hockey does have a 9 stick, so he's going to be okay. Heishan trying to go on the Lion. Lion is going to get low. The Tusk TP's in with the shards, as well as the tag team, but doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Lion coming back with the stun, but the snowball
beautiful
coming
dodge
in from Sagemeister. Will it be enough to take down the Legion kill? It won't. Legion is going to be able to run away with a little bit of HP. Hodor TPing in, and they decide not to go.
Nice little play there, just to dodge that Impale with that snowball, putting everyone in. Is he managing?
Ooh, he gets the bounty rune.
Bounty rune.
And
he might pay with his life. He should pay with his life, but I think that's very, very worth it. Ooh,
I think it's alright. It's like you don't really want to give early kills as well, but it's alright. Oh, leave it.
Is he actually going to get away?
He looks like he is. There's no root coming from the bear. Hit him like 4 times. There's gonna be a Legion waiting
there we go. Finally, Sub-Zero didn't want to take the kill. He was like,
meanwhile, in the top lane, Puck rotating in onto the Razor. Razor gonna get coiled as well, taking a lot of damage here, but he's gonna survive for a little bit. Will he fall down? Yes, he will. He breaks the coil.
There you go.
He does go down.
He does go down. So a core going down for the rotation of the Tusk going down as well. But I think that's a good trade for SK here.
Yeah, SK is okay with this.
So they do have a 1k lead as of now. But as you said before, we can see how the Lone Druid is slowly and steadily making his way up to the top of the net worth.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to sit in the mid lane and he's just going to keep farming, I feel like.
What do you think about these pools, like the new pools and the pool timing and the creep camps? How is it affecting the laning stage?
Yeah, I feel like there might be an engagement in the bottom lane, but it doesn't seem like anything is gonna be anything happening there. Just a little bit of a skirmish, but nothing, no kills resulting in that engagement. Yeah, and we're talking about the pulls. The pulls, I think it's just they try to make it symmetrical basically. I think they just wanted everything to be symmetrical, and I think it's a little bit in favor of Dire just because they can pull the hard cam.
Mm-hmm. And they seem to be going on the pier here. He manages to go away, just doppelganger out.
Yeah.
Seems to be a very quiet game for now, as of now, for the quiet laning stage.
Yeah, I think Puck doesn't really want to leave the mid lane. Puck is actually in a little bit of trouble here. Uses phase shift as well, gets rooted as well, tries to get silenced off, but he's gonna fall. Lone Druid getting a solo kill there, and Grimstroke gets his stroke of fate off onto the
get
Tusk
a second
here.
as
Tusk
well.
is in trouble. He might be able to snowball dodge this stun, but he's going to be able to survive here. The root not really locking. And the shard from Sagemeister. What a play.
Beautiful. What a play there.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice play from Sagemeister. Yeah.
Pretty fog plays coming up.
Fog plays, yeah. And he does get out.
So, yeah, like just styling on that, just showing what he's capable of, but the Puck going down, he was the key factor there. He did fall down solo to the Lone Druid.
Yeah, it was not predicted. Oh, and they might be able to go on Tenza here. He's going to use his ultimate, get silenced, but it's a bit too late here. Puck trying to get out here, but gets rooted. She's going to be okay.
And double root as well. He's on a killing spree as well.
Yeah, Tusk is going to go down for that for sure, but they did save the Puck, so the Puck's going to be okay. We see them diving through the T1 tower here. There's going to be a coil onto 2 here. Lone Druid getting leashed, and the Grimstroke is going to fall in the backline. There's going to be a Ravage onto the Lone Druid. Lone Druid actually gets dodged by the Bane. Actually saving the Lone Druid there for a little bit, but now Hockey taking a lot of damage, getting rooted now. The Lone Druid also taking a lot of damage. His bear is going to fall. If his bear falls, he's going to die too here. And that dive, not worth it for the Dire team.
I feel like my game crashed. I'm gonna be back.
All right.
Fast.
So let's just watch how this PL. He's not too happy in this lane. He just has his raindrops. He's getting bullied the entire time. He has only 43 CS. I mean, the Raze is doing just as well as he is, but I don't think the PL is very happy with this lane. PL is in a little bit of trouble here. We see a few rotations coming in from the other heroes from the Dire team. But Legion is on low mana as well as HP. She does have a salve though. Lion is in trouble here. Tag team used onto Tusk. He gets the Hex and the double stun off onto the PL. Legion doesn't have enough mana to use duel, but she does have the stun right now. He's trying to get the kill onto the PL. PL does fall to the Grimstroke stun. Now Tusk is in trouble. He gets silenced. He does have a shard to try and get out here. He uses his charge, traps 2 people in. Legion walking around the shards, but the Puck TPs in, gets the kill onto the line. Tries to go for the Grimstroke here. Uses coil as well. Grimstroke's gonna fall here. Meanwhile, Hockey catches the Legion onto the backline. Will they be able to follow up on this? Tusk has snowball in a little bit, has tag team as well. They go on the Legion, and Legion uses her spells, but it's not gonna be enough. And Paradox does get the triple kill. Very nice rotation from the Puck. Meanwhile, Lone Druid is just gonna keep farming. He did lose his bear twice, so he's not gonna be able to farm as fast as he did for the past few minutes, but the Razor has a lot of space. He has quite a lot of space all this time, so he is gonna pick up a hood. He doesn't have any boots just as yet, but he is pretty tanky for now. Hey guys, we're back. We apologize for all the inconveniences caused for now. Just a small issue with the stream, but we're back and the game is live and Hockey's just died in the mid lane.
I think the technical issues kind of lost a lot of information that happened throughout the game. 6k lead for the side of Team Sara Kollo here. They seem to be pushing the mid tower here with the Meteor Hammer as well.
Yeah, I think it looks like both teams want to kind of fight here. The bear's getting kind of low. It's probably going to die and he has to resummon it. That's going to happen. Whoa, we see a 4-man coil coming from Paradox onto 4 here with the jump in for the Tusk, but it's not followed up on too much. We see the fear onto the Tide. Tide and the Tusk have to get back. PL is going in, trying to go onto the Lion. Lion does die to the Imp Claw. Meanwhile, Tenza is going to be in trouble here. We see a Grimstroke using his ult on 2, getting the silence off, and the root is it going to be enough? No. Legion using the Blade Mail Dune onto the PL. Will the PL die here? He's close, but the snowball thing coming in from Sagemeister to save the PL and the triple kill going for the PL. Meanwhile, Puck on the backline takes down the Grimstroke and is chasing the lone druid. Will he be able to get the kill here? We see an orb flying through and a buyback coming in from the Grimstroke, but Paradox is not going to chase.
Okay, so that is how SK plays, guys. So this is how it's going to be. So they are going to be up on your face. They are going to be making really insane plays like that 4-man Dream Coil. They're going to go on your Razor, even though this Pipe of Insight is not going to do much help because of that Manta as well as the Diffuser on the PL. So I doubt that he has enough mana to actually, be a significant part in the fight.
It's going to be very difficult because, Razor doesn't need too much mana anyway. Just needs to use his spells before the fight starts, like his Link, his Q, as well as his ultimate. And he should be fine in terms of mana, but the fact that this Pipe isn't really helping him against physical damage is a big deal for this Razor right now.
Definitely. I think even though, like especially even with the Meteor Hammer and the Ravage, like we've seen this build going and how it works. We've seen how would I say, it's very impactful, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's very impactful.
Okay,
especially,
the bear going to go down?
No, it's going to get feared. There's going to be a gush onto the bear as well. Paradox is there. The bear is dying so fast to this Desolator on the Puck. Lone Druid is not happy with that.
I'm not quite sure why he did that. He sent his bear all the way to the other side of the...
Probably maybe to secure the power rune and to fear off like one person or something. But we see SK going into the rush pit with all this minus armor. It's gonna be a quick rush if the PL does... Oh, PL decides not to go for a bit. No, they decide to go back in here. So now the tag team is on and the Roshan is gonna fall in a few seconds here.
Very, very, very fast because they do have the Medallion as well as the Desolator on the Puck. So the Anchor Smash is going to help as well.
And the Gush as well. So Rosh is going to fall and it is going to be picked up by the Puck. Meanwhile, we see someone going in. We see the Tide ravaging the Razor with the Meteor Hammer. The combo is going to work. Tenza's getting low. No mana on him. Tenza's going to get... He's just dead here. He can't do anything against this PL. Meanwhile, Park using the Desolator onto the Razor. Razor's getting slowed down a little bit. And he's going to get chased down by the PL as well. Paradox jumping in, trying to go onto the rest of the backline while Razor dies in the backline. We see Park getting the Dream Coil onto the Grimstroke. And the Legion is in trouble as well. Legion trying to back off with the Lion, but they couldn't find him. Was in the threes. And with the blink out, he's going to be fine. Meanwhile, Ishan, little bit too far.
A little bit too far. Like he was like, he's feeling it. He's like, I am Rambo. Yeah. Right now, I want to Rambo into their base. I want to assert dominance on the Lion, on the people who is alive, basically. Because that Fiend script kind of helped bring down the Grimstroke. It's a dieback on him. The Lone Druid had minimal impact in that fight because he was locked down with that Ravage as well as the Meteor Hammer and the PL just going ham on him. He didn't have any kind of mana at the end of beginning of the fight itself.
Yeah, I mean, he just takes so much damage with this PL Imclaw. Like the Imclaw helps so much as well, and then Lone Druid is supposed to be this tanky hero that just survives the team fight and until your entire team dies. But in this game, it really doesn't seem like that.
Definitely not, because he is a few hundred away from his Radiance as well. Not quite sure how that's going to help because the PL already has a Skadi under his belt as well. So that's going to tank him up, and the slow coming out from the Skadi is going to be even harder for everyone to get away.
Yeah, I think it's just for them trying to get the mischance on this PL as well as the puck, just because he knows that they're not going to get any BKBs or anything like that. So the Radiance blind is actually pretty nice going into long drag or team fight. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Legion actually gets the duel win onto the puck. Very nice pick off for the Legion, gets that Aegis.
It does have 40 dual damage. Like you said, the Lone Druid lineup, they need to steamroll. They need to have a really good laning phase. They need to assert dominance, have some impact in the early stages of the game, because going into late game, this PL is going to be so unstoppable to a point that they have no reply to it.
Yeah, they don't have, the only answer they have is this Legion, and the Legion isn't really doing that well. And the later it goes, the less Legion really matters, unless you get that duel off onto the correct PL, and which is very difficult. Might I add, to find the right PL while everything's happening in the fight.
Definitely, he just has the Blade Mail and the Blink under his belt, and he is building up onto that BKB. Not quite sure how that is going to help, considering the what do you call it, the Meteor Hammer and the Fiend Script.
Yeah,
the
but he just needs it against Ravage for sure. Like he needs to be able to BKB and then use his press the attack on someone who was ravaged, so he can at least get two people out of the Ravage and like negate Ravage's how good Ravage is, how usefulness of Ravage. Like he needs the BKB. There's no way. Like there's charge, there's PLQ, there's so many things that can just really mess with the player, especially Nightmare when he duels.
Exactly, I know. So getting I'm just assuming like what time they do have a smoke up here.
Yeah, we see a smoke on the Radiant. Finds the Lone Druid. Yeah, Lone Druid uses his ultimate, but I don't think he's going to be able to survive. There's going to be a snowball onto him. This bear's going to die very quickly here. We see the PL using his W, getting on top of the Lone Druid. Lone Druid's going to fall. We see the Bane being dueled up, but it's not going to be enough. We see a Ravage onto the line on the high ground. Razor uses BKB, doesn't really do anything either. Ryan is going to fall as well. Meanwhile, Paradox in the back line does take down the Grimstroke, and the only one remaining is going to be the Legion.
The Legion did manage to get a quick duel onto that Bane, and he managed to get him down fairly quickly, but everyone else just was dead by that point.
Just getting melted by this PL. This PL is just way too big at this point in the game, and they don't have enough scaling heroes on the Dire team. Especially, I feel like this minus armor strat coming out.
Exactly, I was just about to mention that.
It's just like very strong against the
very strong lineup in the way that they have played this, and the itemization coming out from the side of the SK. It's so much minus armor coming out with the Solar Crest, the Desolator, as well as the Anchor Smash, the Gush. There's so much like minus armor to deal with. Like, but at the end of the beginning of the fight, no one has anything to actually fight.
Yeah, the thing is, usually the reason why PLs wasn't picked in the patches before this like too much was just because he doesn't have any damage. Oh, we see a duel onto the real PL here. Very nice duel coming in from the Legion, but the nice Nightmare to save the PL there. They might go in again. 3-man overwhelming odds, but the Legion will fall to the Snap Snowball. There's going to be a BKB pop by the Razor on with the static link onto the Tidehunter. PL does manage to get back here. Nobody's really going in. The Bear's trying to get in, catch someone. Gets the fear onto the Tusk. Tusk is silenced as well by the Grimstroke, and he is gonna fall. The buyback Legion doesn't really do much though. Oh, he might be able to catch someone. His blink is on cooldown though. You might see Hockey in a little bit, but the outpost is captured by the Radiant, so they won't be able to see him.
He did manage to get the real PL off, but you did mention about that Nightmare. He does need that BKB, because if he did have that, that would have been such a turnaround for the side of Team Death Sentence. But you can see how much far ahead is Team SK here, making these small plays, but it adds up into the gameplay.
Yeah, for sure. And we see a smoke coming in from the Dire team, not smoking the Lone Druid, but that's going to be okay. They're trying to get the pick off onto the PL here, but this is always very hard to do, especially if he's farming a jungle camp, because you just don't know which is the real one. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for this Dire team to execute this smoke completely correctly, but let's see what they manage to do.
Oh, Phantom Lancer already has a Abyssal Blade queued up. He does have the Basher. He has the recipe as well. He should be looking at getting the. I think he just bought it, and yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I mean,
The
Abyssal
Abyssal
Blade
Blade,
isn't as good as last patch for sure.
definitely.
Yeah,
But
but
it
it
is
is
like a
still
melee
good.
hero.
It's still
It is
good.
still good.
Oh, mid lane, we
Oh.
see the Razor getting jumped out, and he's gonna
Oh
fall in
my
a few
God.
seconds. There, a nice
He just
nightmare onto the Legion commander here. He's also gonna fall very quickly. There's gonna be a root from the Grimstroke. He's gonna get his. But the puck coil actually cancels both of them, and he gets to the 4 falling for the side of Death Sentence. So the only remaining hero is Lone Druid.
Yeah,
farming on the bot
getting
lane.
some S4 vibes here.
Yeah, very nice coil there. Catching the 2 supports in the end, and they just look like they're gonna try and end the game here with their minus armor and meteor hammer. It's just, it looks like it's over.
It should be over. I think it's the Lone Druid doesn't seem to care. He's at the bottom and he gets abyssal up, and he should be going down as well. That should be the team wipe, and that should give them the opportunity to call GG. They do.
Oh,
There we go.
We see a few Ravages just being
Ravages
used.
coming up.
Yeah, just having a little bit of fun at the end. You know, these 2 teams have played each other a bunch. They don't want to just give up that easily. I'm sure in the next game, since this is the finals and it is the best of 3, there is going to be another game, ladies and gentlemen. So please stay tuned. And boy, is it going to be one hell of a series. No, none finished.
Definitely. Sara Kollo getting the emerging the victorious in this first matchup against these 2 teams in the best of 3 matchup. So let's hope that Team Death Sentence can come with a vengeance.
Yeah, I really hope they come with some different sort of approach. Like in this game, I feel like they try to put all their baskets into the Lone Druid, and they try to kind of like soft counter the PL with the Legion commander, but like I think they were a little bit all over the place, and they weren't really dedicated to one sort of proper strat, is what I felt like.
Exactly. I feel that is the same as well. It's just that I feel like they kind of how do I say played too like you said, like they gave too much of a reliability on one hero.
Yeah.
So they relied on one hero, and they didn't actually play around that hero. They was trying to play around the rest while he was actually farming well. And the way that Razor got caught up on top like multiple times, and that didn't actually like make it any better.
Yeah. I think getting caught out in the early game especially made it really difficult. And anyway, guys, that's going to be it from us, and we're going to have a short break, and we'll be into the second game very shortly in around 10 minutes. So please stay tuned, everyone, to the stream. We'll be back with game number 2 of Sara Kollo versus Death Sentence.
See you guys soon.
Hello and welcome back everyone to the Predator Dota 2 challenge presented by mCENTRE. I'm going to be your caster Nightblade, and with me is None-Finished. And None-Finished, we just finished match number 1 and Sara Kollo was victorious.
Definitely a very convincing win for them. I think that PL just got way too big for Team Death Sentence to handle. Like you said at the beginning, like they kind of did their draft in such a way that they relied on one hero to make all the difference in the gameplay. So I think Team Sara Kollo just capitalized on it, and they just started steamrolling. And with that minus armor lineup, like I would say, the itemization coming up from Sara Kollo with the task going for that Solar Crest and the Puck going with the Witchblade and the Deso, like it just made such a difference. Everyone just started melting towards the 50-minute mark.
Yeah, I felt like they really made sure the PL was able to do damage with all the minus armor, and I felt like their draft really came together in the end stages of that game.
Definitely.
And I think it was just very well executed by Sara Kollo. Like, they had a mid-game to late-game sort of plan. They handled the early game as well as they could because they were very strong. Just being a Razor and a Lone Druid, getting to that level 7, you just get very strong, and it's hard to really do anything against them. But they dealt with it as well as they could, and then they picked off the Razor a bunch, and then they snowballed it into a win for them.
Definitely. I think like the Legion Commander did very well in the laning stage, as well as the Razor pairing up with the Greenstroke to win the laning phase at least. But once they got those quick pickoffs on the Razor, I think that those rotations on the Razor just made the complete difference.
Yeah. And what are your predictions on the next game? What do you think we're going to see, or who do you think is going to win?
I really want to see how this is a new patch. We have to emphasize this a lot because people don't know what the changes are. There's few changes that's happened in terms of the items, and in terms of, like, you can't even share tangos right now.
Yeah.
That's how the mid lane matchup is going to be. Like, there's new runes, like so many dynamics have changed in the game. So I want to see some really good games where it is more neck and neck. And I would want to see how the masterminds in this, especially hockey, who come up with it. I love the Bane pick coming up, like seeing the Enfeeble, those Nightmare saves, and the Fiend's Grip, even though there was BKBs. Like, these are the niche picks that we see, but it's like it's going to be such
a lot of game impact, basically.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's such
Anyways, we'll be heading right into the next game. I think the draft has started, so we can get into it relatively soonish. But just before we start, who's gonna win?
Considering how they played in the first game, I would give the advantage to Sara Kollo. They do have that confidence going into the second game. So Death Sentence, they need to take a step back, regroup, talk to each other, see like, okay, these are the mistakes that we did. We need to fix these things in terms of the draft, in terms of gameplay, and how we execute it would be the best way for Team Death Sentence to make an impact on the second game.
Yeah, I'm just going to say Death Sentence just because I believe in them. I hope they pull off a strat. I hope they have some sort of strat ready for this grand final. They would have come prepared for sure. So I just hope that in this game they can at least make it to a game 3 here, and take Sara Kollo down at least once.
Definitely. That would be a sight to watch, and they are respecting that puck.
We're gonna get into the game here.
Immediately take it off.
That puck's gone. We don't want to see that puck anymore.
That puck had so much of impact. Like some S4 plays coming out from Paradox. They are showing his prowess. Like in how good he is on his puck. It's such a signature hero for Paradox. So immediately taken off by Team Death Sentence. And also, Team Sara Kollo still paying respect for that Pugna as well. They immediately take off Tenda's Pugna on the first banning phase itself.
Yeah, and as well as the Mars. Mars is one of the heroes that Death Sentence like to run a lot as well. So just trying to get them out of their comfort zone as fast as possible is Sara Kollo's plan with the bans here. And we see this first pick, Grimstroke by Death Sentence. They just like this hero, and they just, I think it's one of their comfort picks for Hordor.
I think so too. I think so. They just need to pair it up very well with maybe a stun, maybe something like a Lina with the double Luguna blade. I kind of saw how it would have played out if they got the actual thing with the Legion Commander with the dual setup.
Double finger would have been great,
Yeah,
but it
like
didn't really
it would
happen.
have been great. Like execution wise, they just didn't get the chance. There, Sara Kollo was just in their face all the time. Like they were the ones getting initiated on.
And there we go. Sagemeister picks up his task once again. We saw him played really well in the previous game, so we'll hope to see some really nice plays from him in this game as well. And since the drafting order has changed, Sara Kollo do get the double pick here, so they can get a really nice combo with the task.
Definitely. Like this is also another change that came up with the new patch. Like it is going back to the old times, like how it was like way back in the day, where it is instead of 1-2-1-2, now it is 1-2-2-1.
Yeah, and we see the Slardar Tusk pick up a very strong offlane combo, but since they did pick up both the offlane as well as the position 4, it could be counterable to an extent by Death Sentence if they manage to pick the correct heroes.
Could it be, by any means, could it be a 5 Slaughter?
I mean, that is possible, non-finish, for sure. They could go for a 5 Slaughter. They could go for anything they want at this point. And we see a Troll being picked up by Death Sentence.
Oh, Troll and the ban coming out from Death Sentence to take off the Razor. Such a big counter for the Troll as well.
Yeah.
Troll, I think, is such a very impactful laner. He's such a strong laner in this meta, at least from what we've seen in the past few tournaments, at least in the international arena. Like Troll has such a big role, and they do take out the Timbersaw as well from Sara Kollo.
And they mainly, I think, feel like they picked this Troll because the mischance it gives on the Tusk as well as the Slardar if they do go onto lane is basically you can't kill the Troll if he uses his whirling axes. So that's
Definitely.
I think a very smart pick by Death Sentence to pick the Troll against the Tusk.
Very cool. Like very cool to see how Death Sentence is playing out, and I think they are coming guns blazing for this second game here on the best of 3 series in this Predator League. So could Sara Kollo still go for that minus armor strat? I feel like that could be they could go with that Dazzle, or they could go with that TA for Paradox. They could go with that old school minus armor strat.
With the I mean they could do that, but
the Templar Assassin.
But they don't want to put all their eggs into one basket. I feel like, because sometimes when you get too much minus armor, that isn't really that impactful. You get to minus 20 armor, and minus 21 armor is really bad. So it's like you don't want to get too much minus armor as well. So especially when like you have a lot of melee hitters like the Slardar and the Tusk against the Troll that wants to run at you with his ultimate. So you want to try and kite the Troll. So I think Sara Kollo is trying to look for heroes that want to kite him.
And the Troll being able to switch between melee and range, it's also like another way to it's such a versatile hero.
Yeah, and his shard changed a bit, so it would be interesting to see if he does want to go for that, because it's actually a very interesting shard where if you're in your melee form you give 25 status resistance, and if you're in your range form you give 70 attack speed globally to all your teammates.
Exactly.
So it would be very cool to see if they do want to pick it up in this game.
Kind of gives how it was way back in the day. I think it was in Dota 1 at least. Like when Troll used to ult, like everybody in your team would get the buff.
Yes.
Would they get the buff? So it's somewhere along those lines where the shard comes into play, and they do take off the Earth Spirit for Team Sara Kollo. They such a strong support as well. So they do take off. Let's see how it is going. Oh, the Winter Wyvern, the Hawkeye.
Yeah, and that's
Winter
the 5
Wyvern
for sure. So that's going to be a Slardar 3, I think. And they're just gonna have to accept the fact that Troll is gonna be able to bully the Slardar in the lane. They might actually put the Tusk in the safe lane and the
Winter Wyvern on the top. Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking about switching up the lanes, like how they would play this out, because Troll having to deal with that Cold Embrace and also the Splinter Blast. It's also going to be a little bit tough for the Troll as well.
Yeah, the Arctic Burn is a lot scarier than the Tusk tag team for the Troll
for sure
in his lane. So I do like this pick coming out from Sara Kollo, and we see a Rubik being picked up on Death Sentence, which is a nice hero, especially against heroes like Slardar as well as the Wyvern, who have good ultimates to steal from. Even the Tusk is alright, the shards are decent. So Rubik has a decent pool to steal from.
So who do you think they could be playing as coach for the team side of team Death Sentence and Sara Kollo? Who do you think is going to be that mid matchup?
The mid matchup. I think they still haven't decided either mid matchup here, and I think it's a little bit hard to decide what Sara Kollo will go. They want to go for some burst, but they also want it to be physical, maybe like a Quap, because you have good right click as well as the magic burst, or like they want something to pair up with the Slardar ultimate. So it could be either the safe laner or the mid laner. It depends on what they want to go actually.
Definitely. What do you think about something like this is just me spewing heroes out there? What do you think of like a cheese pick, something like a Huskar?
A Huskar actually seems pretty okay. This patch they did buff Armlet, they buffed the hero as well, but they do go for the Juggernaut. Opt to go for the Juggernaut with the Slardar to combo with that.
So that is going to be the safe lane. So Haishan's pick is the Juggernaut. So we do see the Lone Druid coming back into play for the side of Team Death Sentence. Tenza are going to be playing Lone Druid for the second time over. So let's see if he's going to make a difference in this game. He did have a decent laning stage, and how he kind of got into the he got into the stride where he got like a killing spree and all, but after that, it was just too much to handle.
I just don't like this Lone Druid pick that much. I just feel like Slardar deals with Lone Druid very well as Wyvern does very well against Lone Druid. You can just curse the hero and the bear kind of kills the hero. With an amp on him, it might be like very easy to kill him.
Take him down.
Yeah, so I don't really like this Lone Druid pickup too much, even though it is one of his signature heroes. Maybe he actually knows the matchup better than us, so I mean, we'll have to just wait and see. And we see the Windrunner being banned here and Underlord.
The Brood is taken away from Death Sentence as well. So they were expecting like a cheese pick coming out from Sara Kollo. So they do want to take off those things that.
I mean, Brood is completely different now. You can't really cheese with her anymore.
With the third, I think like you can still kind of man fight people, I would say, right?
Yeah, but like your laning stage is very, very bad because you don't have spiderlings. I mean, I haven't actually seen it in action yet, but I don't feel like it's that good, honestly. I mean, it might be really good. I don't know. I just don't know. I haven't seen it.
I actually saw a few gameplay. I wasn't seeing a match. I didn't play a match myself, but I did see a few gameplays from like Immortal players and all. Like they do seem to play it, but again, like I said, like they do seem to prefer to play the Brood in the safe lane now.
Yeah,
not
it
as
looks
a
like
mid,
a carry hero more than because you can't really lane mid just because you don't really have that pressure with the spiderlings anymore, and you can't farm camps fast. So it's kind of weird to play mid with the 40-second cooldown on your third skill.
Definitely. So who do you think is going to be the off lane for the side of Team Death Sentence?
I mean, they could go for the Legion again. It's very good against the Juggernaut.
Very good against.
It's good. Good. You can just jump the Wyvern in fights before when you're starting a fight.
creep wave, but he is keeping up.
Yeah, and we'll just have to go ahead with the rest of the game. I mean, he's gonna keep up for a bit, and I think the net worth right now is Paradox dropping.
Oh,
kind of
Paradox
low.
dropping
Yeah.
very low.
Little bit. I think it was a little bit close, but if they had maybe one more level in Fate Ball, I mean they're both level 4, so I guess it wasn't possible. But it was just scary to watch that.
Like level 6 picked up on the Tinker, so if he does manage to get a root, so he might very scary. Like this Tinker is playing very ballsy here, so I don't know whether he might ever
On the top lane, we see the troll getting gone on here, but again, he does have the blind here, so he is going to survive for a little bit longer. But he decided to not run away and to fight there, and that might be the end of him. But the trees stopping the Slaughter from chasing the troll there, and he is going to survive on the troll. I feel like he should have just gotten back after that goal, because it was just a little bit too iffy to fight when he knows they can dodge the Inkswell with the snowball.
That is exactly what happened, and I think the troll was just trying his luck way too much.
Yeah.
Like he just managed to get it.
But meanwhile, Slaughter might go to troll here. There might be a kill here. There's gonna be a blind. Will Slaughter be able to get the kill here? Yes. The stun from the Brimstone going in, and that's a kill for Slaughter.
That is tip worthy. That is what something I would have tipped.
Yeah, it's not a kill for Slaughter. I'm sorry, it's a kill for the troll. But
that is so unlucky.
The blind
so unlucky.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they're going on to the DK. DK is getting pretty low, but they don't really have any more spells. The spin is there, but he's too far away, and the Dragonite does manage to get away there.
So unlucky for the troll. I mean, for the
Slaughter.
Yeah. The Slaughter needs to be banging, like ripping his ass out of his skull. So unlucky, but yes, but
yeah, that's basically the lane, though. That's
exactly
the
that should have how the lane should have worked.
Yeah.
But I feel like now he's in some sort of a back foot here.
No, I think Trolls will be fine. He's gonna be able to recover this game, but the Juggernaut is ahead of him by quite a bit, though. So he needs to be very careful. Meanwhile, we can see the net worth on the net worth graph. The lone druid is the one who is dominating in the farm, how it should be. I think Tinker should be doing a little bit better after a few minutes in the game once he gets his travels, but for now he is going to be pressured by this druid. So it's going to be a little bit low for the mid laners, for the Tinker at least.
He does have the level 4 bear now, so the Tinker has to be a bit careful.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the
Sara being left alone on top, so he is trying to find that.
Yeah, I don't think even with the Tusk, there's no kill potential in this lane.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna leave him. Meanwhile, Slaughter might actually go down here. The Stroke of Fate hits. There might be an Inkswell as well. Troll trying to get the root. He does get the root. The Slaughter uses his Q. The Tusk is there to snowball save. They might go on to the Troll again, but he does have the blind again. Troll uses his ultimate, tries to go on to the Tusk. Tusk is getting low. He has a wand. He tries to use it. He does get the Tusk there. Slaughter has a wand as well, so he's gonna survive for a long time. But Troll, he decides to
chasing
tower with the amp on him, but he's gonna realize he's taking too much damage, and he gets back.
Nice plays coming up from Sageminder, but he does pay with his life just because of that whirling axis. So the blind just helping him so much. Yeah. I think this is how he could have actually dominated the lane. That is what I think I was trying to emphasize before. So in such a more aggressive manner than how he was a few steps back, I would say. But now he seems to be recovering quite well.
Because of how he laned. How he skilled.
How he skilled up, yes.
Yeah, but we can see Lone Druid has got to 5k net worth, so he's looking very nice. He has his MOM online, so he's gonna hit very fast and very hard for the next few minutes. So he either wants to farm very fast or go for a few kills now.
I think pressuring this mid lane would be very, very crucial, and getting that mid tower as soon as possible. TD being picked up by
the Tinker.
Tinker.
Tinker just picked up a DD rune, so he's just gonna use it for the mana for now. And Laundry, they're just gonna have a just trading farm. That's all they're doing for now.
I wonder if any of the oh yes, they have a few stacks for the Lone Druid here on the Ancients.
Yeah, they're just one stack. Should abstract a few more times. It should be very useful for later. Meanwhile,
The Dragon form being
pop.
Elder Dragon form being popped. They seem to be pressuring this bottom tower.
Oh, but this creep scouts out the Tusk TP, and now they might just get back with this. But they might look to pressure. We see the Dire team is in position if they want to take a fight. And we see the shards being used onto the Dragon Knight. He's in a little bit of trouble. He gets stunned up. And there's going to be a nice route here onto the two heroes. A double lift and a spin as well. But the snowball is going to go onto the Dragon Knight. The Inkswell is there as well. But it's going to miss. Paradox trying to get back now. He's committed a bit too much. And now Lone Druid has TP'd in. Tinker's TP'd in as well. Uses rockets to try and soften the aggression coming out from the Dire team. And it is going to work out. They are going to get back. Meanwhile, Juggernaut just TP stop immediately to start resuming his farm. There's going to be a little bit of fight with this troll, and the spin is going to get trolled down a little bit, but he opts not to fight the troll in a man fight for sure.
In a man fight, at least not now when he's like low on mana. He doesn't have that Omni Slash.
Yeah, and he doesn't really want to pop Omni Slash just in case troll has his ultimate ready as well.
Ultimate up, yeah. So.
Yeah, and
both teams rotating a little bit towards that bottom tower, but the bottom tower taking a lot of damage here, so that Elder Dragon form should be up in another 30 seconds, so they should be looking to pressure that bottom tower yet again.
Yeah, Tinker will come here and probably push a few lanes, but eventually this Dragon Knight will take this tower with his Elder Dragon form in the next few minutes.
He does have the Boots of Travel up and running for the Tinker now, so this should have some more impact in the gameplay for the side of Team Sara Kollo.
Yeah, and I feel like Lone Druid is off to a little bit of a better start this game. He's at 6.2k net worth. He's getting his items, he's getting his levels, and he feels a little bit better than last game. So now I think he's a bit more comfortable this game, trying to get kills. Meanwhile, Hockey using his Arctic Burn onto the Rubik. Rubik stealing Arctic Burn. Wants to try and run away. He does manage to get away. And there's a small pause coming from the Radiant.
We have some Ubers knocking on
people's doors. Yeah.
There's people's doors, disrupting the gameplay here. So yeah. So yeah. Pausing on that. So as of now, what we can see is the
Slaughter getting
troll.
his blink.
Slaughter is getting a blink.
Yeah.
He got his blink. I think he's just getting his blink. Troll working his way up to that Battle Fury. Paradox, pretty much the same, but he's a few hundred away from it.
Yeah.
So all in all, I would say very even. As you can see, the team net worth is only 1k ahead in favor of Team SK, but it's hard to say as of now. Like it's very even. So
yeah, very even game. It couldn't go both ways. Both teams have very decent heroes against each other. I think a lot of it requires just how they decide to take fights. If it's
take fights exactly,
and if they can pull off like good steals, good Omni Slashes, or even good positioning from Tinker.
Oh, he did manage to pick up.
Gonna get the stun. The Dragon Knight trying to catch him, but the Stroke of Fate was a bit late there. Maybe it was on cooldown, but
look at the amount of damage that AB took from that march there. He just managed to get away.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a good opportunity. A nice lift from AB, but his team was just not ready for that.
I think they were just like a step or two far ahead.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what decides a lot of fights. You know?
I know.
It's a step or two out of position, and if you're not there, the Tinker might be in trouble here. Matthew managed to use onto the bear. The bear's going to be banded for a little bit, but they might go on him. No, they respect the TPs coming in from the Radiant, so they don't dive him on the tower. Well, there could be TPs.
Could be TPs.
Yeah. You don't want to run blind under the tower. And I think he just wants to get his complete his basher before he starts taking fights. Would? There might be a smoke actually.
He's
from
not
the grid
far
spot.
away from it either, so he should be farming for the next couple of minutes. So should be seeing a fight sooner than
The sentry
later.
ward does scout out this ward if they do have some vision on the high ground, but for now they don't. Okay.
I think that pull there just for that stack there. I think
Yeah.
the new stack timing is also going to come into play. People need
Slara on the
to.
bot lane initiates onto the DK with his blink. They might have some sort of way to cancel it. They do. He's just in time to get that bash up on Slara. The Dragon Knight tried his best to TP out, but the Tusk was there as well as the Slara bash was there just in time, and they do get the kill.
Was this? I'm not quite sure why that TV was quite too long, or was it because he was stunned?
No, I think it was just not too long. I think it was just like right on the cusp of
Right.
yeah.
So
Well, DS.
think
they look
going
they
to
wanna
pick up that
smoke.
blink very soon.
Yeah, that too. That's gonna be a very big power spike for the Tinker. So let's see if they wanna smoke here on the side of the Dire. They're all grouped up, sort of. Dragon Knight is trying to walk to the T1. He doesn't have his
Triple
blink
stack
yet though.
ready for the troll as well.
Yeah. Troll is gonna take that with the help of his supports. Lone Druid too. So they're just all gonna make sure that this ancient sack isn't stolen, securing the farm for their team.
Exactly, and also giving that power spike off that Battle Fury for the troll here. So he just like 100 gold away from it.
Yeah. And meanwhile,
Two more
Juggernaut already
creeps.
has his Fury and it's already started farming, already ahead of the troll in terms of net worth. So Juggernaut is, unless they take a bad fight, is gonna be pretty far ahead of the troll most of this game for most of this game.
He's almost he's almost 2k ahead
Yeah.
of the troll here. So he has had uninterrupted farm. So the blink again picked up by the Dragon Knight as well. So
Yeah. Now I feel like they want to put. He wants to push this lane, and he wants to smoke up with his team, and he wants to try and get a kill onto this Tinker. The Tinker is farming way too much, and he's coming back after that horrible laning phase.
exactly, he's just a couple of hundred, about 200 go away from his blink as well. So that's going, like you said, it's going to be a major power spike for him. So it's going to be very hard to catch this Tinker, unless they get left off from this Rubik, or they initiate it with the Dragon Knight stun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be either Rubik or Dragon Knight, the only two heroes that can really catch them out of position this game.
Battle Fury completed for the troll here. So let's see if this is going to make some kind of a difference.
I mean, this is going to help his farming speed. They're going to get his next ride and probably the Sanjanyasha. Bullwhip getting picked up by the Dire team. That's pretty nice. Nice item. Ooh, we see a MOM on Slara. Don't really see that too often. This might help the Slara get a little bit more lockdown onto the Dragon Knight as well as the Troll. And stop him from getting that blind off, but we might see a little bit of an engagement on the bottom lane. T1 tower needs to be defended.
The task has the medallion completed, so
Yeah.
let's see how this is going to fare, and the blink being picked up by the Tinker. So
Yeah, the next fight is going to be very decisive. I feel like in who gains the momentum for the for the rest of the game.
I think the next full team fight would, instead of the pick-off, I think it's a full team fight would define the tempo of the entire game.
Yeah,
As of now, the Laundry seems to be doing quite well with that Basher, and he's building up towards that Desolator as well.
yeah. I think they're going to have some issues if this Tinker does manage to get his Aghanim Scepter at a good time, because it's going to cause a lot of problems for all these. Especially the Lone Druid and the Troll, because they want to be right clicking and then they don't have their BKBs yet. So if this Tinker gets his Aghanim Scepter at a decent time, it could be very game winning for the Radiant.
Definitely, and it's like they don't want to invest on a very early BKB as well. So
Yeah. So that's why DS have to
yeah,
start making some sort of pressure on the map and start going on the Tinker if they want to go into this mid game with a decent potential of team fight.
the Rubik hasn't stolen any spells as of yet, like anything that is significant as of yet. So let's see if that is also going to be a key factor here for the team fights.
Yeah, for sure. If he
And
steals a curse, if he steals amp, if he steals Omni Slash, if he steals Snowball, all of these are very good for the Rubik.
I think SK is very happy the fact that they are able to farm uninterrupted in on these areas. So DS really needs to make the change, and they need to be on the initiative,
I think they might
taking the
feel,
initiative.
yeah, they might feel like that they're ahead in this game. That's why they even picked the Lone Druid into the Slardar. They just feel like they have the stronger lineup, so they're okay with farming as well. So if that's the mindset, then what they're doing is actually okay. So let's wait and see who thinks whoever's playstyle has the late game here actually. So that's how it feels like both teams are playing. Meanwhile, Roshan is being taken by the Radiant with the Slardar amp and the Juggernaut healing ward. It's gonna go down pretty easily.
And the 20-minute mark, we already have a rush kill, and that's going to help the entirety of Team SK to get those quick power spikes and in terms of items.
Yeah, and I think that was that right there was the difference in terms of both teams. The team that was both teams were farming, and then one team just capitalized on the strength of their draft, and the other team didn't. Meanwhile, Dragon Knight uses Dragon Form, and I think Juggernaut did see that as well. So they want to kind of waste this Dragon Form. They don't want to fight into it. Maybe they want to just wait till it goes away.
And they're more than happy to just back off and like let Tinker march up and have everything available. They do have the, even if they do actually fight, but they do have that Aegis up on that Juggernaut as well. So they want DS to make the move, so they are more than happy to actually just keep farming.
Yeah, and the Juggernaut is almost with that Aghanim Scepter as well. Once he gets that, it's going to be very easy for him to take fights against Lone Druid and Troll. He can maybe even bait the Troll ultimate with his Aghanim Scepter a few times if he really needs to. But it's going to make him so much more versatile in fights. Meanwhile, in the mid lane,
There we go, here we go.
the fight happening, Tusk rolling in with the snowball, going onto the Lone Druid. The Lone Druid's pretty tanky. You see the Grimstone using his ultimate onto two, leashing the Juggernaut and the Tusk together. But the Lone Druid is in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to get the kill onto the Tusk. He does get it, but Juggernaut with the Omni Slash finishes off the Lone Druid. Slardar wants to go in, Hockey with the blink in, tries to get someone, gets the curse onto the Rubik. Rubik is going to be in a little bit of trouble, and the Tinker is sweeping in as well. So the Rubik is going to fall here. Meanwhile, Slardar trying to jump onto the Dragonite, but the Dragonite gets the stun off. Slardar going in with the MOM, trying to get more damage onto the Dragonite, but the Dragonite does get back with the Inkswell. And this overall is a win for the Radiant team.
Definite win for them because they managed to get the core of, and I mean the Lone Druid, so which is a core for them, and who is their top net worth hero. And as you can see, the Juggernaut has already surpassed the the Lone Druid in net worth, 2k ahead of him. So he's almost with just a couple of hundred. No, he does have the entirety of his Aghanim Sceptre as well.
Yeah,
so that's a very farmed Jug at the 23-minute mark.
Yeah, very, very farmed Juggernaut. I like the fact that he didn't try to finish his Manta style or Sanjan Yasha, and he went for this Axe. It just makes him fighting more versatile and makes it easier for him to take fights with his team at this point in the game.
Definitely, and I think he can be that aggressive person to go in because he has that mini Omni, the swift slash, so the mini Omni.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, might see a little bit of initiation here, Juggernaut. He sees this. See Dragonite pop Dragon Form, and Juggernaut gets a spin off so he doesn't get stunned. Slaughter wants to go onto the bear. The bear is taking a lot of damage, but the stun off onto the Juggernaut is there. Meanwhile, nice
beautiful
curse
curse.
on Hockey, but the steal
Oh,
coming in
nice
from the
steal as
Rubik,
well.
putting onto the Slaughter, but will that be enough? The Grimstroke is gonna go down. He's not able to use any spells there. The Troll is also getting really low. He uses ultimate. He's trying to go in, but the Tinker is there controlling the Troll. Troll is not going to be able to do anything. Meanwhile, he starts lasering, and the backline, Lone is getting small. He does go down here. Triple kill for the Tinker. AB does manage to get back, but GG is called by death sentence this early into the game.
Already called. So 25 minutes into the game. So that I think that fight kind of ended the hopes of team as a team death sentence, because they realized that they were way too strong. The Juggernaut was way too farmed. The Tinker already had the Blink and the Aghanim's as well. So I don't know.
I think they were just way too far ahead. They needed to make a play early into the game. I think once they got Roshan, was basically like the decider of who's stronger at that point. And then they couldn't ever fight into them because of that Aegis. And when they did try to fight into them, they just got shut down completely. And after that,
and
it was just
what do you think about the fact that like they were playing way too passive, I would say?
Yeah, but I think they in a way they had to play passive because they needed to hit item timings. I feel like the DK's blink was kind of off by quite a bit as well. He should have gotten a little bit earlier and tried to make a little bit more happen there. But I feel like the hero itself didn't really give an impact to the game.
And I feel like I think it's the lineup, because they don't have any kind of lockdown other than the DK stun, and whereas he has to be the initiator. Of course, he's going to be taking more of the damage, and he's probably going to die faster. And in terms of disables, it's just the Rubik lift that they have, the telekinesis. Like other than that, there's no such like disable, no saves, nothing like that. So it's very hard to play with this lineup, whereas you are relying on a very single stun. Whereas you have a Slaughter stun on top of that. You have the amp, the snowball is there, the splinter blast, the curse. There's so much of disable.
Even just the amp and the Tinker just paired together is just so strong as well. We didn't really talk about that in the game, but the fact that Slaughter gives vision for the Tinker for the entire fight on like a select number of heroes is just very, very good. And we didn't talk about that enough, I feel like. But as soon as Tinker got his Aghanim Scepter, it was just so easy for the Tinker to play the team fights.
I know, like in 25 minutes time, like the fact that the death sentence was able to come out and say call GG, because they knew how, even though there wasn't much of a difference in terms of net worth between the teams, they just showed how much stronger as a team fight unit Sara Kollo was.
Yeah, and I feel like Sara Kollo kind of nailed it in the coffin this game, saying that, guys, we are very strong. So you have to bring your absolute A game. You can't give us any Lone Druid cheese picks and win against us, I feel like. Because I feel like that Lone Druid pick was just so out of place in this draft because of the Slaughter and the fact that he just wasn't that useful in this game, even though he got so much farm.
I get that, because I feel like even though he got that steamroll farm going on, it didn't impact the game or the laning. Like they still didn't manage to even get one single tower.
Yeah.
Like on the side of Team Sara Kollo, like they couldn't take down. Death Sentence didn't manage to take down even one tower. Like all tier 1 towers were up. So like the TPs immediately, when he was actually going to take that tier 1 tower, multiple TPs come through. That's where they initially take the first fight. They lose the Lone Druid as well as the the Rubik.
Yeah.
So, and the very next fight, they are in the back foot already. And
it just felt really, really hard for them to play this game with their draft. But anyways, guys, that was it for the grand finals. Your champions are Sara Kollo, their Paradox, 24, Hockey, Sagemeister, Seeker, and 666, that's Satan. So those are your winners for the Predator Dota 2 Challenge presented by mCENTRE, and strategic partner is Gamer.LK. And that's going to be it from us. I was your caster for the day, Nightblade, and none finished. Any last words for this tournament?
Congratulations to Team Sara Kollo. I think that was a very dominant performance coming up from them. And congratulations to Team Death Sentence as well. They are playing with some new players, as I can see. So very well. Congratulations for actually coming up second in the entire tournament as well. So that's a good result for them as well.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed casting with you after a long time. So that was really fun for me as well. Really good gameplays coming out. Hope to see you the next time.
Yeah, hope to see you too, man. Hope to have many Dota 2 tournaments coming your way and as well as the viewers' way. So please, everyone, please support these tournaments and support the tournament organizers that are providing us these tournaments to play with. So thank you, everyone, for watching the stream. That's going to be it from us. Good night, and thank you for watching.
Goodbye.